Listen carefully. This is not entertainment. This is a call to war. Not a war out there, but in here, inside your own head. You've been living with noise, distractions, and a quiet ache that keeps you restless. Late nights wasted on empty scrolling. Mornings where your body wakes but your soul stays asleep. And that whisper, you know it, you should be stronger. You should be more. That voice is not your enemy. It's your alarm clock. It's your inner warrior pounding on the door, begging you to rise. But somewhere along the way, you drifted. You let your standards slip. You told yourself, tomorrow. And now every day feels the same. Flat, hollow, without fire. You're not broken, but you are settling. And for a warrior, settling is betrayal. Betrayal of your own potential. Betrayal of your own discipline. And it ends today. Look in the mirror. You already know the truth. You've been too soft. You've let comfort creep in disguised as taking it easy. You've let weakness wear the mask of self-care. But inside, you feel it. The hunger you've been ignoring. You were not built to float through life. You were built to stand unshaken when storms tear through everything. To take pressure and convert it into power. To stare chaos in the face and stay steady. That's the Stoic way. That's the warrior's path. So, why do you feel lost? Because weakness never announces itself loudly. It sneaks in laziness, in endless comparisons, in excuses, in overthinking, in those fake smiles you put on while a war rages behind your eyes. But a warrior doesn't run from the war. He doesn't numb it. He doesn't hide it. He wins it. And that victory starts with one ruthless choice: to destroy weakness completely. Not manage it, not negotiate with it. Kill it. This isn't a pep talk. This is a reset. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that reset has 3 commands. First, reset your beliefs. Stop thinking like a victim and stop letting your emotions dictate your fate. Second, restart your fire. Discipline must become your instinct, not something you debate with yourself every morning. Third, refocus your purpose. Every choice must align with who you're becoming, not who you've been. That's the framework. And now, we sharpen it with truth. 8 brutal truths, forged from Stoic wisdom, designed to cut weakness out of your soul. Each truth is a mirror. Each one will expose the soft spots you've been pretending not to see. But once you see them, you can crush them with silence, with action, with relentless self-mastery. But hear me clearly. Nobody's coming to rescue you, not your family, not your friends, not some perfect plan or guru. It's all on you, and that should not scare you. That should liberate you. If it's all on you, then everything can change. Right here, right now. That's the power of ownership. You don't need luck. You don't need perfect timing. You need the courage to choose the hard road, the Stoic road, the warrior's road. And that road demands sacrifice. Silence when you want to complain. Control when you want to explode. Respect for yourself when it would be easier to fall back into weakness. No more waiting for applause. No more blaming circumstances. Stop calling avoidance self-care. Stop dressing up weakness and pretending it's healing. You already know what you should be doing. You've just been choosing not to do it. Why? Because comfort whispers. Comfort tells you, stay here. It's easier, but comfort has never given you pride, power, or peace. Never. And you know that in your bones. So, this is the dividing line. Either you keep serving comfort, or you kill it and reclaim your strength. Warrior truth wants. Kill emotional reactivity. You cannot claim strength while being a puppet to your emotions. If the world can push your buttons and make you explode, sulk, or collapse, then you are not in control. You are enslaved. Every insult, every rejection, every inconvenience steals your peace because you hand it over. That is weakness. A warrior becomes the eye of the storm, still, focused, unshaken while chaos rages around him. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, if you are disturbed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Most people are ruled by feelings like weather vanes spinning in the wind, but you are not most people. Stoicism teaches emotional sovereignty. Feel the anger, but don't obey it. Feel the sadness, but still act with discipline. This is not suppression, it is command. Your emotions are soldiers, not generals. They serve you, or they weaken you. So, how do you kill emotional reactivity? First, awareness. When something triggers you, don't react. Pause, breathe, observe. Ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace over? 9 times out of 10, it's not. Second, detachment. This doesn't mean being cold or numb. It means refusing to let external events dictate your internal state. You don't owe anyone your emotions. You owe yourself control. Third, training. Just like muscles, calm must be built under resistance. When you're insulted, practice silence. When frustration rises, choose action instead of complaint. When sadness weighs you down, still move forward on your mission. This is the Stoic way. Not to feel nothing, but to rule what you feel. The storms will come, betrayal, failure, criticism, but if you master your inner fortress, the outside world loses its power over you. That's the foundation, not to be cold, but unshakable, not to kill your heart, but to put your mind on the throne. Warrior truth 2, kill the victim mentality. Nothing will keep you weaker for longer than blaming. Blame feels comfortable. It explains your pain. It points the finger outward. It gives you a story, but stories don't save you. Ownership does. Epictetus, once a slave, once said it clearly. Don't go on discussing what a good man should be. Just be one. Life is unfair for everyone. Betrayal, heartbreak, failure. These aren't exceptions. They are the rule. The difference is how you respond. Pain is real, but suffering, that's optional. When you keep saying, "It's not my fault," you hand away your power. A warrior never waits for apologies, explanations, or closure. He refuses to be held hostage by his past. He stands up, sword in hand, and owns every outcome. Maybe you didn't cause your wounds, but you are responsible for your healing. And until you accept that, you'll stay stuck. Ownership is the key that unlocks freedom. Let's get real about victim thinking. Victims say, "I can't because of my past." Warriors say, "I will, despite my past." Victims say, "They hurt me, so I'm broken." Warriors say, "They hurt me, but I choose to rise." Victims wait for support, recognition, or perfect conditions. Warriors move forward, whether they're cheered or completely alone. Epictetus lived as a crippled slave, yet he declared that true freedom comes from the mind, not circumstances. That's why warriors don't ask, "Why did this happen to me?" They demand, "What will I do about it?" Ownership doesn't mean pretending the pain didn't cut deep. It means refusing to let it dictate your direction. You may not be responsible for what scarred you, but you are fully responsible for what you do next. And that shift from blame to ownership is the beginning of power. Victimhood drains, ownership rebuilds. Here's the exercise. From this moment, stop saying "I can't." Erase it. Replace it with "I will." Every time blame rises in your head, blame for parents, partners, bosses, luck, shut it down with one command. "It's on me." That's not denial. That's discipline. Because the truth is, no savior is coming. Not your family, and not your friends, not some perfect plan. And that's not depressing, it's empowering. If it's on you, then you have the power to change it. You hold the pen, you write the story. Victims wait for the world to shift. Warriors shift themselves and make the world adapt. So, here's the affirmation. I am not a victim. I own my life. I own my choices. I own my future. Repeat it. Make it a vow. Because the second you embrace ownership, weakness loses its grip. Now we move to the next enemy, comfort. Warrior truth 3. Kill comfort addiction. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. It whispers, "Stay here. You've done enough. Don't push further. Don't risk the pain." And you listen, thinking you're choosing peace. But what has comfort actually given you? Regret. Weakness. A restless mind that knows you're capable of more, but too soft to demand it. The Stoics trained the opposite way. They practiced voluntary hardship, fasting, silence, cold discomfort. Not because they loved suffering, but because they understood this truth. Strength grows only in struggle. Every time you choose the easy option, you shrink. Every time you choose the hard path, you grow. Nature itself proves it. Trees root deeper in storms. Muscles grow when torn under resistance. Why should your spirit be different? Warriors don't chase comfort. They seek the fire that forges them. You want power, then lean into the hard things comfort tells you to avoid. Look at your daily life. Comfort has infected it everywhere. You reach for your phone instead of facing silence. You order junk food instead of fueling discipline. You binge shows instead of building skills. You scroll instead of standing up. And then you wonder why you feel hollow. Weakness doesn't always roar. Most of the time, it whispers. Relax, you've earned it. But comfort doesn't reward you with pride. It only rewards you with regret. Warriors reject that poison. They wake when they don't feel like it. They train when their body says no. They face the difficult conversations instead of hiding. They fast from distraction. They practice restraint, not because it's fun, but because it forges steel in the soul. You want clarity, sit in silence. You want strength, do the thing you've been avoiding. You want peace, stop numbing yourself and face your demons head on. Comfort is the cage, discomfort is the key. If you want to kill comfort addiction, you need drills, practical fire tests. Start small, take cold showers, not for the body, but for the mind. Train yourself to choose discomfort when your instinct screams for warmth. Wake up earlier than you want, not to torture yourself, but to reclaim the hours comfort steals. Skip the snack, fast for half a day, not because food is evil, but because appetite should never own you. Put down your phone for hours and face the silence. Journal, think, breathe. Let your mind remember what focus feels like. Each of these choices is a battle scar on weakness. Each act of voluntary hardship teaches your brain, I am in control, not comfort. The Stoics practiced this because they knew life itself is harsh. Better to prepare in training than collapse in battle. Discomfort is not punishment. It is preparation. Warriors do not run from the fire. They walk into it and let it forge them. Warrior Truth 4. Kill distraction. Weakness doesn't always come through failure. It comes through scatter. Every ping, every scroll, every meaningless click is stealing your life in fragments. And you don't even notice because distraction feels harmless. But it is lethal. A distracted mind cannot build. A distracted warrior cannot win. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less." Or rather, do only what is essential and do it well. Yet most people are slaves to noise. They wake up and instantly hand their attention to a glowing screen. They jump from task to task, never finishing, never focusing, always restless. And then they wonder why their soul feels scattered. The truth is simple. Your attention is your weapon. If the world steals it, you're disarmed. If you scatter it, you're powerless. The warrior path demands clarity, simplicity, ruthless focus. That means cutting away distractions like dead branches. Distraction is everywhere, and it's winning against most people. Social media feeds engineered to hijack dopamine. News cycles designed to keep you anxious. Group chats buzzing with endless nonsense. Even multitasking, which feels productive, is actually fractured attention, half-done work, half-lived moments. You tell yourself, I'll just check for a minute, and lose an hour. That's not harmless. That's theft. Every stolen moment is momentum you'll never get back. The truth, distraction is not entertainment. It's sedation. It dulls your edge, keeps you average, keeps you tame. And if you don't declare war on it, you'll wake up one day realizing you've been busy your whole life, but never built anything that mattered. Warriors don't let the world dictate their focus. They decide what deserves their energy. They sharpen their mind like a blade, and they refuse to let it rust in the swamp of endless noise. If you want to kill distraction, you must train focus like a muscle. Start with your environment. Clean it. Clutter breeds chaos. Your workspace should command clarity. Next, kill the notifications. Every buzz is a leash pulling you away from purpose. Warriors do not live on alert. They live with intention. Then, schedule focus blocks, 90 minutes, undisturbed, where you attack one task with full intensity. Protect your mornings. That's when your mind is sharpest. Guard it like a fortress. No social media. No shallow noise. Finally, practice stillness. Sit in silence daily. Let your mind sharpen itself instead of being pulled in 1,000 directions. Remember, your attention is currency. Spend it cheap, and your life will be cheap. Spend it wisely, and your future becomes powerful. Focus is not natural in a noisy world. It is forged. And when you master it, you'll separate yourself from 99% of people trapped in distraction. Warrior Truth 5. Kill excuses. Excuses are weakness dressed up as logic. They sound reasonable. I'm tired. I don't have time. It's not the right moment. But every excuse is just a chain keeping you tied to mediocrity. Warriors know this. There will never be a perfect time. Discipline means moving anyway. Tired, unprepared, afraid. Epictetus said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best of yourself?" Every excuse delays your transformation. Every excuse feeds the weaker version of you. And here's the ugly truth. Excuses don't disappear. You must kill them. Crush them with action. Replace I can't with I will. Replace "I'll start tomorrow" with "I start now." The weak defend their excuses. The strong destroy them. A warrior doesn't argue with the voice that says, "Not today." He silences it with movement. Not perfect action. Not flawless plans. Just action. Always action. Excuses are not random. They're fear in disguise. Fear of discomfort. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. But fear doesn't say, "I'm scared." It says, "I'll wait until I have more time." It says, "I don't have the right tools." It says, "I'll start when I feel ready." That's the mask. And if you don't rip it off, you'll keep bowing to fear while pretending to be logical. Warriors don't negotiate with fear. They expose it. They see the excuse for what it really is. Weakness begging for survival. Understand this. Every time you give in to an excuse, you reinforce the habit of quitting. You teach your brain that it's okay to stay small, but every time you act despite the excuse, you rewire yourself for strength. It's not about the task. It's about who you're training yourself to become. Excuses build cowards. Action builds warriors. And that's why every excuse must die. To kill excuses, you need discipline drills. First, set non-negotiables. Choose 3 actions you do every day, no matter what. Train, reflect, obst, rain or shine, tired or energized. They get done. Second, embrace imperfect action. Excuses thrive on waiting for the perfect plan. Kill that by moving now. Messy but consistent. Third, use the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it instantly. No debate. No delay. Fourth, speak your excuses out loud. Then crush them with a counter command. "I'm too tired. That's why I must move. I don't have time. Then I'll carve it." Expose the lie. Replace it with truths and execute. Finally, reward action, not outcomes. Every time you silence the excuse and move anyway, you build the identity of a warrior who acts. This is how you rewire yourself. Not by thinking, not by planning, by execution, daily, until excuses no longer stand a chance. Warrior Truth 6. Kill the fear of failure. Most men never live because they spend their whole lives avoiding loss. They tiptoe through existence, terrified of falling, terrified of looking foolish, terrified of pain. But here's the paradox. In trying not to fail, they fail the slowest death, wasted potential. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Failure isn't the enemy, it's the training ground. Every stumble is feedback. Every defeat is sharpening. Warriors don't ask, "What if I fall?" They demand, "What will I learn when I rise?" Fear of failure is just fear of growth, fear of the unknown. But growth is never clean. It's bloody. It's messy. It's earned in battle. The man who refuses to fail also refuses to evolve. Warriors embrace failure because they know it's the price of becoming unstoppable. Fear of failure kills more dreams than failure itself. Think about how many times you've stopped yourself, not because you couldn't, but because you feared the outcome. You didn't apply because you thought you weren't ready. You didn't speak because you feared rejection. You didn't start because you feared it might collapse. That hesitation, that's weakness dressed as caution. And every time you bow to it, you bury potential alive. Warriors know that inaction is the slowest, most painful form of failure. At least when you try and fall, you gain strength, experience, and scars that make you sharper. But when you stand still, you gain nothing but regret. The Stoics faced endless setbacks, exile, betrayal, sickness, even slavery, and still forged wisdom from every blow. Why? Because they knew failure doesn't define you. Your response does. Fall 10 times, rise 11. That's the warrior code. To turn failure into fuel, you must rewire how you see it. First, expect it. Every great pursuit carries risk. If you enter battle thinking you'll never be struck, you're delusional. Second, study it. When you fall, don't hide. Write it down. Dissect it. Extract the lesson so the same blade doesn't cut you twice. Third, reframe it. Stop saying, "I failed." Say, "I trained." Every mistake is a rep. Every loss is a weight lifted by your character. Fourth, act again. Immediately. Failure only becomes permanent if you stop moving. Warriors don't linger in shame. They rise faster than they fell. Finally, own it publicly. Don't hide your scars. Let them remind you that you faced the fire and survived. Marcus Aurelius endured betrayal, sickness, and endless wars, yet never cursed fate. He thanked it for sharpening him. Do the same. Failure isn't the wall, it's the forge. Warrior Truth 7. Kill the need for validation. One of the deepest forms of weakness is living for applause. You hesitate, you shrink, you hold back because you're worried what they'll think. That's not freedom, that's slavery. Marcus Aurelius said, "We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Every time you bend for approval, you surrender your power. You let strangers control your direction. Warriors don't chase validation, they chase alignment. They walk the path even when nobody claps, even when nobody understands. And here's the brutal truth. Most people won't get it. Friends may doubt you, family may question you, the world may mock you. So what? A warrior does not exist to be liked. He exists to be true. Validation is a drug, and the more you crave it, the weaker you become without it. Kill that craving, or it will kill you. Validation is a trap because it rewires your brain to perform, not to progress. You go to the gym and stop training hard when no one is watching. You post online and delete it if it doesn't get likes. You chase achievements not because they matter, but because they'll impress someone else. And slowly, your life becomes a performance for an invisible audience. That's slavery. That's weakness. Warriors see the trap for what it is: dependence. The more you rely on approval, the less control you have over your own worth. And here's the dark secret. You'll never satisfy everyone. The crowd is fickle. Today they cheer, tomorrow they turn. If your peace is tied to their noise, you'll always be unstable. True freedom is this: liking who you are when no one is watching, moving forward without applause, and building quietly until results speak louder than opinions ever could. To kill the need for validation, train self-approval like a weapon. First, move in silence. Build habits, projects, and strength without broadcasting them. The less you announce, the freer you become. Second, ask yourself one question before acting. Would I still do this if no one ever knew? If the answer is no, it's vanity, not purpose. Third, spend time alone. If you can't stand your own company, you're not living honestly. Fourth, measure progress by standards, not applause. Did you keep your word? Did you train today? Did you honor your principles? That's what counts. Finally, practice rejection. Speak your truth. Take risks, and let the criticism come. Let the silence come, and don't flinch. The warrior's strength is built when he learns to stand without the crowd. When you no longer crave approval, you become untouchable. That's real power, because no one can give it and no one can take it away. Warrior Truth 8. Kill your past identity. Nothing traps you longer than the belief that you are who you used to be. You say, "I've always been lazy. I've always been emotional. I've never been disciplined." That's not truth. That's a cage. Seneca wrote, "When the soul suffers what it must, the body learns what it is." The past is not a prophecy. It's a chapter. And if you keep rereading it, you'll never write the next one. The most dangerous weakness is attachment to your old self, clinging to patterns, routines, and masks that feel safe but keep you small. Warriors burn that identity to the ground. They bury the weaker version and rise new. Reinvention isn't fake. What's fake is pretending your old habits define your future. You are not your past failures. You are not your past story. You are what you choose to build today, right now. In this moment, most people stay chained to their past identity because it feels safe. They say, "At least I know who I am, even if I don't like it." They fear outgrowing friends who expect the old version of them. They fear disappointing family who only know their weaknesses. They fear stepping into the unknown because the unknown demands courage. So they keep wearing the same mask, living the same story, repeating the same excuses until years pass and nothing changes. But understand this: familiarity is not freedom. It's a prison. A warrior would rather face the discomfort of becoming someone new than rot in the comfort of staying the same. Reinvention demands death, the death of old habits, old labels, old excuses. The weak cling to identity. The strong destroy it and build again. Stronger, sharper, unrecognizable. That's the path forward. Not defending who you were, but defining who you will become. To reinvent yourself, you must train like a warrior, building a new body of the mind. Step 1, new habits. Build them brick by brick. Wake earlier, train daily, journal with honesty. Each act lays the foundation of your new identity. Step 2, new thoughts. Stop repeating, "I've always been this way." Replace it with, "I choose who I am becoming." Step 3, new posture. Walk into rooms with steadiness. Look people in the eye, speak less, but with weight. Step 4, new environment. Cut ties with places, habits, and even people that reinforce the old you. A warrior doesn't linger in weak territory. Step 5. Ritual sacrifice. Choose something that once defined you, an addiction, a toxic behavior, a false label, and kill it publicly, decisively, symbolically. This is not play acting. This is rebirth. Reinvention isn't about pretending. It's about burning the unnecessary so the essential can finally breathe. Clinging to your old self is nothing but slow death. You think you're protecting your identity, but you're actually protecting your weakness. Every time you say, "That's just who I am," you give your past the keys to your future. That is cowardice disguised as self-acceptance. Warriors don't cling, they cut. They understand that who they were yesterday cannot carry them into tomorrow. The man addicted to comfort must die. The man addicted to excuses must die. The man addicted to validation must die. Not managed, not reformed, killed, buried, gone. This is why reinvention feels painful. It's supposed to. Transformation is not gentle. It's violent. It requires burning the mask, breaking the chains, and walking forward naked and raw until discipline clothes you again. Most men never do this. They stay small because small feels familiar. But you're not here to be small. You're here to be forged. You've heard the 8 truths. Each one is a blade aimed at weakness. Kill emotional reactivity. Take back your inner fortress. Kill the victim mentality. Own everything. Kill comfort addiction. Seek the fire. Kill distraction. Reclaim your focus. Kill excuses. Move anyway. Kill the fear of failure. Rise every time you fall. Kill the need for validation. Stand tall without applause. Kill your past identity. Burn who you were to become who you must be. These are not theories. They are weapons. And weakness will not leave on its own. It must be hunted, confronted, and destroyed. The Stoics didn't preach from comfort. They trained in hardship. They didn't just endure pain, they turned it into power. And now it's your turn. Every truth is a command. Every command is a challenge. And every challenge is a doorway to the man you've been avoiding. The question is simple. Will you open it or keep living chained? This is your challenge. No more hiding. No more pretending. Look at your life with brutal honesty. Where have you been soft? Where have you been lying to yourself? Where have you been playing the victim? Choosing comfort, chasing distraction, defending excuses, bowing to fear, begging for validation, or clinging to your past. You know the answers. Stop pretending you don't. Weakness has lived rent-free in your mind for too long. Today you evicted. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because the longer you delay, the deeper the roots grow. And make no mistake, weakness wants you lazy, emotional, distracted, addicted. It wants you average. But you are not average. You are built for more. So either you confront the truth and rise, or you keep betraying yourself and sink. There is no neutral ground. Warriors don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. And this, right now, is yours. Here is your reset roadmap. Simple, brutal, effective. Step 1. Reset your beliefs. Stop thinking like a victim. Stop surrendering to emotions. Stop saying I can't. Replace every weak thought with I will. Step 2. Restart your fire. Build discipline into instinct. Train daily, even when tired. Move your body. Sharpen your mind. Feed your spirit. No debates. No negotiations. Step 3. Refocus your purpose. Every action must align with the man you are becoming, not the one you used to be. Cut out distractions. Stop wasting time. And lock on to what matters. Step 4. Reinforce through action. Don't talk about change. Live it quietly, consistently, relentlessly. And step 5. Repeat until identity shifts. This is not a one-day sprint. This is a daily war. The warrior doesn't win once. He wins every morning, every night, every decision. Reset, restart, refocus. That is your new command. This roadmap is not modern hype. It's ancient truth sharpened for today's battlefield. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while fighting sickness, betrayal, and war, yet still wrote reminders to master himself daily. Epictetus was beaten and enslaved, yet declared that no man could imprison his mind. Seneca lost power, wealth, and friends, yet taught that adversity is the only real training ground. They didn't wait for comfort, approval, or perfect plans. They lived by discipline, by choice, by clarity. And that's the same path before you now. Understand this. The Stoics weren't soft philosophers in libraries. They were warriors of the mind, forged in fire. They knew weakness destroys silently, and only ruthless control builds strength. You are no different. You don't need more motivation. You need to embody philosophy in blood and bone, calm under fire, disciplined in silence, unshakable in storms. That is the Stoic road. That is the warrior's road. No more theory, no more talk. This is your war cry. From this moment forward, stop chasing comfort. Stop waiting for applause. Stop excusing weakness. Kill it. Kill distraction before it steals another hour. Kill excuses before they steal another year. Kill fear before it buries another dream. Kill the old version of you before it chains you for life. This is not about hype. It's about rebirth. The man you've been hiding is already inside you, waiting. He rises the moment you starve weakness and feed discipline. So, when the voice in your head says tomorrow, strike it down with today. When it whispers it's too hard, answer with good, then I grow. When it begs stay comfortable, roar back, I was not built for comfort. I was built for war. This is your battlefield. This is your moment. Let the warrior rise now, or regret it forever. This is the final command. No one is coming to save you. Not your past, not your family, not luck, not chance. It's all on you, and that's your freedom. From today forward, speak these truths until they shape your soul. I control my emotions. I am not a victim. I destroy comfort. I guard my focus. I kill excuses. I rise from failure. I need no validation. I am reborn from my past. These are not slogans. They are vows. Make them daily. Live them fiercely. Because weakness will always try to return. It must always be hunted down and crushed. That is the warrior's path. That is the Stoic way. So stand tall. Walk with calm. Act with power. Train in silence. Lead with discipline. Waste no more time debating what a good man should be. Be him. Starting now. No more waiting. No more compromise. No more weakness. The warrior has risen. And now the choice is yours. You've heard the truths. You've felt the challenge. What matters is what you do next. Don't just close this video and drift back into old patterns. Take action today. Kill the weakness that's been holding you back and step into the life you know you're capable of. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which truth hit you the hardest and which one you're going to act on right now. Your words might inspire someone else to rise too. Thanks for listening. And remember, this is momentum mindset. If you're ready to build discipline, destroy excuses, and create real change, you're in the right place. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep moving forward.